this topic right here. Should you be working 2 full-time jobs? What's your opinion? Leave a comment in the chat. I want to hear it. Are you working 2 full-time jobs? Are you working 2 full-time jobs? And should you be? Okay? Should you be working 2 full-time jobs? Give me your opinion. I want to hear what you guys have to say about this one, because this one right here became very common since remote work was instituted. A lot of people asked the question last year, Antoine, should I get another full-time job? And I'm like this, my personal opinion is no, because you can't give it your all. You can't give it your all. You can't give it your all. Somebody is not going to be getting all of you. If you're looking to develop and you're looking to grow within your career, no, I don't believe, if you were an athlete, you would be able to play on 2 different sports teams. Now, you got the exception, Bo Jackson and, Deion Sanders and some of the other guys, but that's difficult to do. You have to be exceptional. You have to be dedicated and committed in order for you to be able to do such a thing. But in the professional world, kind of hard for you to be able to do such a thing.
What is up, Ladder Climbers? I wanted to interrupt this video to talk about coaching. Yes, you need a career coach. Why do you need a career coach? Why? Because the job market is always changing. And with the job market always changing, you need to have the latest and greatest information in order for you to apply and get the job that you want. Number 2, you need confidence and clarity. There's so many jobs out there. There's so many positions out there. Whether you want to switch into tech or healthcare, there's so much out there. And with so much information, you need to be able to have clarity on what it is that you really want to do and ultimately have the confidence to do so. And number 3, you need to be able to sell yourself, guys. You really need to be able to sell yourself. And a lot of times we come in with a whole bunch of humility. Well, when you're approaching a new job and seeking a new job, you need to be able to sell yourself. So guys, go ahead and book your coaching session today. www.blkheights.com. Again, www.blkheights.com.
Now, we know there is some exceptional talent out there. You got Elon Musk, CEO at multiple companies, and you got other CEOs doing the exact same thing, and exceptional talent who can do that. But is it for you? That's the question that I have. Is it for you, and should you be doing it? Let's get into this one here, guys, because I came across an article last week, which my wife sent me. Thank you, Teresa, for this one, about the Canopy CEO, Davis Bell, how he recently canned 2 employees who worked at his company, and they had side jobs, saying that they were effectively stealing. He said that the employees were stealing. Do you guys think it's stealing when you work 2 jobs? Do you think it's stealing when you work 2 jobs? Some people will say this. Nope. Why? Because the employer, the company, steals from us, take our time, doesn't pay us as much. That might be a you problem, though. That might be a you problem. You're allowing that to happen. That's a choice. You can go somewhere else. Okay? There's 160 hours in a week, at least from the last I understood. You're only required to work a lot 40 to 60. What else are you doing with those other 100 hours? Okay? Let's figure it out. Let's talk about this topic, though. If an employee works 2 jobs, are they really stealing from the company? I don't think so. But Canopy, the CEO of Davis, CEO Davis Bell, apparently does think that if you're working 2 jobs, you're stealing. Bell, whose company is a mid-sized Utah-based accounting practice management software firm, wrote on LinkedIn that he recently fired 2 recent engineers who never quit their last job at a big tech company. The reason? This is not about side hustles or moonlighting. These were people holding down 2 full-time synchronous jobs and lying about it, trying to be in 2 meetings at once. Their early performance was really bad. And fortunately, we have great managers who sniffed that out quickly. 2 jobs. Okay? 2 jobs. The CEO said the performance was bad. Managers were able to sniff it out right away. You think about it. 2 full-time jobs, both requiring at least 80 hours a week, maybe even more. Let's just say 50, right? 100 hours a week. You now have to jump on meetings, and these were developers, by the way. Jump on meetings. Some meetings, they wouldn't attend. They would show up late. They wouldn't understand exactly what was going on. And if companies, especially small companies, like they're saying this Canopy is, which is a mid-sized Utah-based accounting practice management software firm, they can't make poor hiring decisions. They can't. Why? Because it costs their business a lot of money, because they're not a big company. They're not a Salesforce. They're not a Microsoft who has deep pockets. They're not. So when you are doing something like this, it might be considered stealing, especially if you aren't giving your best effort. Just imagine you own a house and you hired a contractor to come in and do the work, and they were doing another job and they just wouldn't give your house the attention that it needed in order for you to be satisfied. What are you going to do to them? You're going to can them as well, right? Especially if you want the results. of having a house that you've spent hundreds of thousands of dollars to buy and make look beautiful for the family and so forth. Are you going to accept below average if you're going to be paying people a lot of money? I don't think so. I don't think so at all. And here's the important thing. When you are transitioning to a new job, the first 90 days is very important. Time for you to set the stage. And it sounds like these two individuals had really bad performance. I mean, you want to be visible your first 90 days. That's where, coaching helps, because a lot of people are making the transition right now into tech sales, right? And they ask, Antoine, how can I get out to the good start? Tell them, you got to be visible. Here are the things that you need to do, X, Y, Z. Okay? Set up the one-on-ones, right? Hit your targets. Try to get some visibility, some time in the office. Talk to the best account executives, the SDRs who've gone through and got promoted relatively quick. Ask those questions. And if you are going to a new company and you're not doing those basics, starting off on the wrong foot, companies are going to let your ass go. And that's what they did. And these guys were sitting on the side like this. God damn! They got caught. They got caught. So I want you guys to think about that. Many of you like, all right, I'm going to do it for myself to get to the money. I'm going to stick the man. Get it. Get it. I don't condone it. I won't do it. I don't condone it. I won't do it. I've already had some conversations with my company already because they already found out that I'm doing this. Okay? And I'm not going to stop. And I made it clear. This is my passion. This is how I enjoy life and balance, my life with giving back, helps me be a better leader in the organization and so forth. But you have to ask yourself, if you're going to have 2 full-time jobs, I can't do what I do at my W-2 at another W-2 job. I can't do that. There's no way. I would literally kill myself. My wife would kill me too. My kids would kill me as well. For you, could you do it? If you have, talk about it in the chat. Talk about in the chat how you've been able to manage it. I've heard stories where people have been able to manage it. Product management and so forth. They've been able to manage it because they've worked for different time zones and stuff like that. A lot of these people aren't married, so kudos to them. But me personally, I couldn't do it, and I really don't condone it as well. So let's get back to the article. The managers were able to sniff it out fast, right? They were able to sniff it out fast. Okay, they said, I don't care why someone's performance is terrible. If they can't do the job, then after trying to get them up to speed, they're out. If someone lies to me, they're history. And this is where Bell and I run on separate tracks. If someone can do my job while doing another job, I'm fine with that. So this is what the person who wrote this article talked about. He's talking about the CEO. This is an article that kind of talks about, okay, you know what? Here's the thing. If somebody is going to hold on down 2 jobs and can get the work done and getting it done, and companies are fine with that, go ahead and get it done, okay? But he's also saying that if that person doesn't perform well, then they need to be fired. I get it. Now for you, if it's worth it for you, can you do such a thing? Can you balance this? And how long are you going to be able to do such a thing? I personally can't do it because I know I can't balance it. I'll be terrible at it. And I know myself. You have to know yourself as well, too, if this is going to be a decision for you. Can you do such a thing? Can you manage both? And the question is, why? Can you be doing something on the side that you can be earning an additional income, right? Could it be coaching? Could it be a YouTube channel? Software development YouTube channels are skyrocketing. People love them. There's other ways that you can earn money without having a W-2 job that you can do after work, okay? Ultimately, companies are going to find out. They're going to find out. There's going to be ways that they can find out. You don't show up. You need to be on site. You have conflicts. Somebody's going to find out. So if you're lying about it, you're doing yourself a disservice as well, too. I want to get your opinion on that one, though, guys. I want to get your opinion on that one because I saw the article and I was like, you know what? This is something that consistently comes up in coaching calls. Antoine, should I do this to get ahead? And I'm like, not if you want to be good at something. I had it before, people saying, hey, Antoine, I want to do some engineering and can I do tech sales on the side? And it's like, why are you doing tech sales if you don't want to be good at it? Consider that, guys, when you're thinking about having 2 W-2 jobs. Tough. Shit, it's tough having a W-2 job and a family and a wife. tough. It's tough having a W-2 job and a side hustle. It's tough. So consider that, guys. Is it stealing? I want you guys to give me your input on that one. And I'll come back to that one. Is once you commit yourself to a field and become very skilled in that field, you're going to start off making 100K. You're going to start off making 48K like I did. But ultimately, you're going to get to the 500s, the consistent 300s, consistent 400s. You're going to do that consistently. If you are really good at what you do, I wanted to use the word expert, but I'm just going to say excellent because it takes a long time to become an expert. But if you are really good at what you do, you're going to get paid the $400, the $500, $600, $700,000 a year in tech. Just commit to something. Or too many times, these younger folks that I coach a lot of times, they just haven't been able to commit. They see, I'm talking about cybersecurity, cloud, and they're, flashing lights going off, and they want this, knowing that this is a lot of money that you can get to, but ultimately what it's about is how much skill you have to get to that money, not just to feel paying the money, okay? Not just to feel paying the money.